Hi guys, welcome to Brandex Reviews. This one isn't really a news video, it's more something that I just want to kind of throw out there because a lot of people are into Star Wars and obviously looking forward to the new film coming out at the end of the year. Don't actually realise that we're not just getting 3 films, we're not just getting episode 7 at the end of this year and then 8 and 9 coming out in 2017, 2019 as recently confirmed. We're also getting, I think, 2 spin-off films. One that I know for absolutely certain that is coming out in December of 2016. So to put that into context, that's 1 year, almost to the day, after episode 7 comes out. This is a spin-off film, so what that means is it's not like the other Star Wars films that follow specific characters, because I think that's something that annoyed a lot of fans, particularly with generally with the prequels, that they followed just the Skywalker story and as kind of told through the eyes of C-3PO and R2-D2, I guess. Those characters, because there's this massive Star Wars universe that we didn't get to see, that we wanted to see, particularly in the prequels, like the Rebel Alliance being set up and all that stuff, because they kind of shied away from all that because it didn't really tie in with the whole Anakin Skywalker becoming Darth Vader stuff. And fans wanted to see this, and they did actually film stuff as well. You can only really see in the deleted scenes, annoyingly on the DVDs, not the Blu-rays. You would think the Blu-ray would have it all, but that's a separate argument anyway. So yeah, that's what the trilogies, the original trilogy, the prequel trilogy, and the upcoming trilogy are all about those characters: Han Solo, Princess Leia, Luke Skywalker. So these spin-off films, what they're allowed to do with these is really kind of explore the Star Wars universe without being tied in with those characters, because it's a big universe. I mean, obviously it goes without saying. Now, I've got some kind of notes on the side I'm just kind of referring to, but as I said, this isn't news. This was announced a couple of years ago at least, by Bob Iger, the top guy at Disney, who now kind of are doing the Star Wars films with Lucasfilm. He said, they were going to do 2 spin-off films, and I don't want to kind of get into rumours and stuff, so I'm going to refer to some quotes, things that he said, just so we know this is pretty much what they're doing. Now, this is one thing that he said, that it's exploring great Star Wars characters that are not part of the overall saga. What that means is it's not Han Solo, it's not Luke Skywalker, and the main characters. I don't know if they're in any capacity going to be in these films. What I take that to be, it's going to be your more minor characters, but characters that are very well loved. And I would, top of that list, bet that Boba Fett is going to be in there somewhere. Now, the other thing about this is it's not, as at this present moment in time, it's not really known for sure when these spin-off films are going to be set, because they could be set at any time. They could be Old Republic, they could be set before the prequels, after the prequels, but before the original trilogy. What is really strongly being rumoured at the moment, this isn't just, wouldn't it be cool if, and then somebody's run with it. It's people kind of on the inside are saying that it does seem to be that they are making the first spin-off that's going to be out at the end of 2016 about the people that stole the plans to the Death Star just before episode 4, the original Star Wars film. And that is excellent if they do that, because that is such a great story that's not been told on screen. I'm not going to get into all expanded universe stuff. That has no bearing on these films, or if it does, it's very minor. So not going to get into that. So the story about the plans to the Death Star getting stolen have not been told on film before. So if they do that and they kind of were to bring Boba Fett into it somehow, or characters like that, I mean, there's quite a lot of characters like him, particularly the bounty hunter ones, that are very well liked. And we want to see more of them, I didn't mind the whole stuff they did with Boba Fett and Jango Fett in the prequels. Those are some of the better stuff that I liked about those films. I thought they were handled quite well. But, that would be great if we saw that in this. I'm hearing rumours that Boba Fett is going to be in the episode 7, 8 and 9, or 1, 2, maybe all 3 of those films. I don't know, that's kind of a side issue. But, if they do that with this, if they kind of go off the whole story about the plans to the Death Star getting stolen. That is excellent. Like I say, I would really be happy to see that. But like I say, that's what the quote that Bob Iger said, the head of Disney. Great Star Wars characters that are not part of the overall saga. So that means great Star Wars characters that are already established, I imagine. So use your imagination. Now, the guy at the top of Disney, Bob Iger, has also recently announced that episodes 8 and 9 are going to be released in 2017 and 2019. So those films, episodes 7, 8 and 9, are going to have 2 years between each of them, because the previous trilogies, the original trilogy and the prequel trilogy, there was a 3-year gap between films, so you're only going to have to wait 2 years between these, which is good because 3 years is quite a long time to wait, especially when they end a film on a cliffhanger. Which I imagine they will be doing with all of these. So, but going back onto the main subject, the spin-off films, there is going to be another spin-off film as well as the one that's coming out at the end of 2016, but even less is known about that. I'm reading an article here from the Chicago Tribune, which actually came out today, February 3rd, 2015. I'm not going to read the whole thing, I'll just read the first bit of it, because there's talk about somebody that they've cast in this thing as well. So, here we go, Chicago Tribune, February 3rd, 2015. Disney and Lucasfilm have tapped Oscar-nominated actress Felicity Jones to star in the Star Wars standalone movie from director Gareth Edwards. Jones was one of several actresses to have met for the role, along with Rooney Mara and Tatiana Maslany. Edwards, the guy that's directing the film, who also directed Godzilla from last year, which I thought was a really good film. I know a lot of people didn't, but I did. Edwards is directing the 3D feature, with Chris Weitz penning the script. Weitz replaced Gary Whitta, who wrote the first version of the screenplay. Plot details of the Star Wars spin-off are unknown. It opens nationwide December 16th, 2016. So episode 7 opens December 18th, I believe, 2015. So it's pretty much a year to the day, give or take. It kind of goes on to say that there's another one that's being directed by Josh Trank, who directed a film called Chronicle, and he's developing a separate Star Wars picture. And even less is known about that, like I say. So these spin-offs really do sound good, but like I said, I'm just doing this video because so many people that I've spoke to that are big into Star Wars and obviously looking forward to episode 7 aren't even aware that they're doing these films, and it's really exciting. So I just want to do this video for you guys just to show that this isn't rumour, this isn't internet gossip, this is true. This is as confirmed by the CEO of Disney. He also said, the CEO of Disney, Bob Iger, also said somewhere else, this is a quote, "I can assure the millions of Star Wars fans who have spent the last decade hoping for a new movie, this one will be worth the wait," he told investors. "And it's only the beginning of a new era of exceptional Star Wars storytelling." Now what he's talking about there is episode 7, he's talking about that new movie. But he's saying it's only the beginning of a new era of exceptional Star Wars storytelling. So we're not just having a new trilogy like that's, you know, what he's going off there. This is branching out, because the whole franchise thing at the moment is quite a big moneymaker for these companies. Like, I mean, Marvel is really kind of leading the way with that. Just kind of, they did a few superhero films, branched it out, did a few others that were set in the universe, crossed them all over, doing kind of all this other stuff, TV shows. Now Fox is kind of following suit with their X-Men properties that they're doing with not just the X-Men but Deadpool and Gambit. So doing franchises in films, as long as they're good and going to be successful, is really it's a good time to be a fan of films. It really is, because they're making films that fans want to see, and they're actually quite good as well, a lot of these. So we'll see where that goes. You know, as we know, Disney bought the rights to the Star Wars films, well, the whole Star Wars franchise, off George Lucas. I think it was like $4 billion. So it's a lot of money, but they will make the money back, believe me. And they intend to really make the most of this franchise, because George Lucas did a great job with the original trilogy. Didn't do so well with the prequels, but we've had nothing much since then. I mean, we've had like TV shows and games and stuff like that, but Star Wars is, at its heart, it's films. That's what it was. It wasn't Star Wars games that kind of people fell in love with. I mean, people did fall in love with Star Wars games, but that's not what it was. It was films. It wasn't books. It wasn't toys. There was all that. It was popular, but Star Wars is films. That is the main thing. So it's great that Disney is making Star Wars films and really making an attempt to listen to the fans. Don't make the same mistakes that they do with the prequels. Don't just do things because it's toyetic and you can make toys out of it and just happens to look good on screen as well. I mean, I know that's what they do anyway, but don't do it for that sole reason. Kind of rambling on now anyway, so like I said, I've pretty much said what I have to say about the spin-off films. These are called spin-offs. That's kind of the way that they're being referred to. So if you know any more about this, that's all I really know for now. Like I say, there's stuff about it being based on the stealing the plans for the Death Star before Episode 4. That's kind of rumour at the moment. It's not even reported as such. It's just kind of rumour that's going around, but it'd be great if it's true anyway. So take that with a pinch of salt. You didn't hear it here first. I'm going to leave there. Website is brondexreviews.com. I've done a few other videos on Star Wars rumours, ones that I think hold quite a bit of water. I did them a couple of months ago. I believe now, because it's February, there's going to be a lot of disinformation coming out, because from what I understand, the people that worked on the new trilogy, episode 7, 8 and 9, in England are no longer under contract. Their contracts have expired, so they don't have to worry about leaking stuff as much. So to counter that, I've heard that Disney and Lucasfilm are going to be putting out disinformation to kind of poison the well. So we're not going to know what's right and what isn't. So I did a couple of rumour videos a couple of months ago, just really to sort of see, maybe after the film comes out, how accurate I was by talking about this, but also I kind of sourced it as well. So we'll see anyway. So if you want to check those videos out, I think there's about 2 or 3 of them up at brondexreviews.com in the video archive section on the website. You can just type it in on the search facility on the website as well. But yeah, that's the website, brondexreviews.com. You can also join the Facebook page. You can subscribe to the YouTube channel. And there's of course the website as well. If you want to leave a submission for the Brondex Reviews BXR mailbag, that's kind of a new thing that I've been doing in the last month or so for 2015. Feel free, just leave a message anywhere, either YouTube, Facebook or the website. And if you want to see me do a video on one of your questions, just post something on there and I'll get around to it. But for now, I will leave it there. Thank you very much for watching.